We do it. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Bye Bye Mimi. Now today I'm gonna do something a little bit different and I have some help from our friend Cesar. Are you gonna come say hello?
Shall I say hello?
Yeah, say hello.
I thought I'm gonna be the voice in your head.
Yeah, you are the voice in my head.
Hello everyone.
Hello, this is Cesar. He's gonna ask me some questions today and yes, enjoy and let's get started.
First question would be, if you could go anywhere right now, where would you go?
I would go to Bali. Because I actually wanted to go to Bali this year, but it didn't work out. So yeah, I would definitely go to Bali. Hello, this is my cat.
What was your most magical travel experience?
When I went to Costa Rica, we were in the Corcovado National Park, and one evening it was already dark. We actually thought maybe we're lucky, and I don't know if you ever heard of the plankton, you know, the ones that glow
Yes.
in the water. So I thought, hey, let's try it, maybe we're lucky. So we went down to the beach around 12 o'clock in the evening, and it was actually, yeah, it was happening, and you could walk through the sand and it lit up like it was totally crazy.
And where are you going next?
First I'm gonna go to Brighton for the Live the Adventure Travel Summit with Louis Cole and Raya. And then I'm gonna go to the Philippines with my friend Flo.
We just booked our flight! Yay!
Cheers.
Guys.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited, you can't believe I just peed myself actually.
Backpacking trip, will be traveling around for 3 weeks and we're just gonna visit different islands. Yeah. Okay. Oh, let's continue.
Let's continue.
Let's continue.
How many countries have you visited so far?
I have visited.
Oh, you can count very well.
I see. I have visited around 15 countries.
Mainly in Europe.
Mainly in Europe, yeah. Outside of Europe, I went to Costa Rica and to South Africa. So there is a lot more to see. And I'm very excited, like I said, about the Philippines next year.
So are they.
They're just waiting for me to arrive.
What was your most life-changing travel experience?
Most life-changing would have to be South Africa, because my parents sent me there in a very special time of my life. I was 16. My parents sent me there. I didn't go because I wanted to go.
Was it like a boot camp, like a TV show where they send nasty little teenagers?
It's like the thought behind it is quite similar, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a TV show or anything, but so yes, I went there for 2 months. And it definitely changed my life because I came back a changed person.
So you live with a family?
Yes, I lived with a family and I worked in an orphanage with little babies who were just hoping and waiting to be adopted. And that was very humbling and very, yeah, it just showed me that you can take nothing for granted. And Costa Rica, I decided that I wanted to do this trip by myself. Because I felt like I needed something like that. So I went for 2 months, traveled around, and that trip for me was very life-changing as well because I learned a lot about myself. It was a very interesting trip, and the main thing I learned there was just to be thankful, to be grateful. Yes.
What was your most awkward travel experience?
Most awkward. Oh yes, my most awkward travel experience was in Costa Rica. I arrived at the surf camp and I had to go to the toilet and there was like a sign, do not flush the paper. So you actually there you have to take the paper and put it in the bin next to the toilet. You cannot flush the paper because the pipes and everything, I don't know, they cannot handle the paper. So I was sitting there and I thought, what the that cannot be serious, because it is, I don't know, in the beginning it was quite disgusting to throw. I mean, imagine everything, number 1 and 2, and then you, just, you know what I mean? And then you throw number 2 paper into the bin and it just sits there.
So you sit next to a shitty paper bucket?
Yeah. that was very awkward in the beginning. You get used to it. Actually, when I came back home,
You always did that.
Yeah, in the beginning, because it was like a reflex. You don't just throw it in the bin. But then I actually realized here you don't have to do that anymore.
What do you love most about traveling?
I love
Big butt.
I cannot lie. You others can't deny. And one thing I like most about traveling is talking to people. Mostly the locals, but also other travelers, because you usually learn a lot if you talk to other people. They all have their stories. Of course, just experience a different culture. Food, I love food, of course, like you can see, of course. And just see how amazing the world can be. I mean, there are so many beautiful places. For instance, also in Costa Rica, I talked to a guy, 26 years old. He has never ever left his town. He's never seen anything else than the place he grew up in. And that for me was so shocking, because I couldn't actually understand what it would feel like to always have to be in the same place. But he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the means to travel. So for me that was quite humbling as well, because I mean it's not normal that we get to travel so much. So yeah, I mean talking to people just lets you see things in a different perspective. So I think that is very, very important.
Okay, so your parental advice would be talk to strangers.
Yes. Yeah, if they offer you candy.
Candy, go for the candy. What is your favorite foreign food?
My favorite foreign food, coconuts.
Coconuts.
Hands down, coconuts.
Serious?
The best thing ever.
I've never really had a fresh coconut. I mean, the things you can get here.
No, that's not the same.
Yeah.
Oh, you honestly, one day you have to try. Look, they're so nice. Move.
Do you prefer traveling alone or with friends? You never traveled with me.
No, I'm actually afraid of traveling with you. I like traveling with friends. It depends what kind of friends and where you go with them. Because I think there are friends that it works to go on a city trip, on a short trip. Those same friends, maybe it doesn't work out to go with them on a longer trip, or for instance a backpacking trip or whatever, because you have different characters. So I think it can be fun traveling with friends. Just choose the right friends for the right kind of trip. And but I also think it can be a lot of fun traveling alone.
And what is the advantage of traveling alone?
Because honestly, I mean, you can do whatever you want, when you want, where you want, and you meet a lot of people. If you go traveling with your friends, you don't meet as many people. And another thing is, if you go on a longer trip, for instance, I think traveling alone is just more kind of, might sound a little bit strange, but more kind of like a therapeutic experience as well, because if you're alone, you just have a lot more time alone with your thoughts and yeah, just thinking about life and stuff. So I think if you are with a friend constantly, you don't really have that type of experience. Another travel tip: if you ever go to a country and you find a cat in a dumpster, bring it back home. Greetings from him. Alright guys, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and make some noise. And subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any more questions for me, just leave a comment down below. And yeah, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Sunday. I'm an old woman.